do not like her because of the way she talks. She just like talks, enunciates everything, and oh my gosh, thank you so. I can't talk. I can't deal with her. I just can't. I don't know what her deal is. I can't stand her. I don't. And that's the only thing about her. I just don't like the way she speaks. It drives me fucking crazy. I think she looks good. She looks good. She's a good actress on Orange is the New Black, but she annoys the fuck out of me.
Yeah, because she's always dressed when I see her at award show. She dresses down.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, that her voice is a little slightly bothersome.
It's just as little, and I can't even do it. It's just a little. I can't do it. I'm trying, but I can't do it. But yeah, it's annoying. Anyway, I think that it's great he came out as that and whatever. But I think it'll help some people who are gender fluid. But it does kind of confuse people sometimes because I know that I've known people in the past who've told me that they want to be called they or them for a single person. So instead of saying him or her for this person, you say they.
They would be called they because they're gender fluid.
Yes. So you don't use any male or female pronouns. You only use non-binary pronoun. So it would be like, you're saying about, I was talking to them the other day and they said blah, blah, blah. You wouldn't say him or her. You'd say they or them.
That's gonna be too.
Well, that's the way they prefer to be addressed, and that's what I've read anyway, and that's what I've been told. And I think that's comfortable for them, fine. But it is extremely confusing for me because when I'm trying to talk to them, it's like, or about them or whatever. It's like really, you have to think about it.
Exactly. And what happens if you're trying to talk about them in a third person?
They or them. It's still they or them.
But they're gonna be like, "What do you?" The third person.
Who are you talking about?
They. It's only one person. Why keep saying they?
That's Jeff. Well, it's like you would say like, "Oh, so and so said blah blah blah." Like my mom said this, da 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 da. And then she said blah blah blah. You'd say, well, they said blah blah blah, and then they said blah blah blah. So
exactly. So, like for example, if I'm talking to you about Sam Smith, and I said, most people say, oh well, Sam said A B C D E F G, but then I have to say, well, they said A B C D E F G, and then the other person will be like, well, why the fuck do you keep saying they? It's like it's one person,
right? But they can be referred. But technically, I agree with you. But technically, they can refer to a singular person as well. It doesn't have to necessarily refer to a more than one person. It can be a single person. Like you're talking about, like, so what so and so said. Like somebody asked you a question, like, so what did John say? Well, they said that blah 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 blah. But you can technically say that, but people would usually say he said or he said or she said. But you can technically say they. It's actually proper to say that too. So it's just like if you ever spoken a different language. I don't know if you speak Spanish or French or anything else. I don't know. But in French, it's like the pronouns are il or elle or ils.
Oh yeah, in Spanish they use they a lot.
Spanish, so it's the same kind of thing. It's just confusing because most people in English don't use that version to refer to one person. But anyway, it's just he's out. Whatever, great for him, good for him. Whatever. Okay, let's talk about Andy Cohen replacing Kathy Griffin.
Okay, I want to talk about that, and I want to squeeze something I forgot to mention. But yeah, okay. So, I know you're saying that Andy Griffin is replacing Andy Griffin.
Andy Griffin.
Andy Griffin.
Andy Griffin.
Yeah. Is replacing Kathy Griffin during the New Year's Eve thing.
Right.
I'm happy for him. At the same time, I'm not surprised. That is Anderson Cooper's like BFF.
Right.
So I'm not, and actually they're on tour right now. I think they're doing like a little Q&A type thing.
They were going to come. It's called AC2, and they were going to be here. And I've been waiting for them to come in forever because I've been wanting to see them. And I kept bitching, saying, "When are you coming to Dallas? When are you coming to Dallas?" Finally, they're coming to Dallas. They're coming in December this year to Dallas, and I was going to get tickets. And the day I went to get tickets, they were almost all sold out. Like half of them were sold out anyway. The only ones available were like. Now, the only ones available are like $85 each, which is fine. But they're singular seats. There's like a seat here, a seat way over there, a seat way in the back. So you can't sit with somebody.
If you go with a friend or your husband or something, you have to sit separately.
Yes, and I don't want to do that. So that's why I didn't go. But I really wanted to go. But anyway, I didn't.
I actually want to go too. I want to see him. See both of them, actually.
Me too. And the VIP tickets were like $375 or something, and then the regular tickets were $85. And so yeah,
I'm not paying $375. No, I like them, but not for $375.
Yeah, I know, but whatevs. I would like to see Andy Cohen in person, though. I still think he's attractive. I don't know why.
No, I do too. I think they're both attractive.
I would never want to date him if I were single, though, because he's not somebody who seems like relationship material, and has a really hard time with relationships. Yeah, he has a really hard time with relationships. He's never ever like in a really serious one for very long, and he
just makes us be really picky. I mean,
he's extremely picky. He is, and he really likes he likes younger guys. He likes really fit guys and really perfectly good looking guys. He's not really into offbeat looking guys or anything like that. And so he's kind of shallow.
He likes bigger guys.
He's shallow. No, he likes guys. I'm saying perfectly fit. Like he likes fit.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you said thick.
No, perfectly fit.
I said, oh my God, I'm gonna have a shot.
I mean, he likes black guys. I know that, but he doesn't like guys who are like not athletic or whatever, because he's in really good shape too.
He wants someone who's lean and thin,
and that's okay. I mean,
I'm not fat either, but
he is who he is. And so, if I were in his position and I were single, you don't have to settle for anything. Then don't. But the problem is, he doesn't settle for anything. He just is so. This is just basically what I've heard. And I actually had a friend. Her name was years ago. Went to the black tie dinner, and in Houston years ago, and we got sat with Tabitha. Tabitha, what the fuck's her name? Tabitha from, the show, the blonde chick, Tabitha.
Oh, I forgot her name. Is it Coffee?
Tabitha Coffee. Thank you. Yes, we got sat with her.
Yeah, I used to love her show. I love her.
Oh yeah, she was really cool and everything, whatever. I guess, but she was really very shy and demure until she got up on stage to speak, and she kind of became Tabitha Coffee. It was interesting. But anyway, the point is, she after that happened, whatever. Andy Cohen a few weeks later was there. And she was the ambassador for HRC or something, and he was doing something with them. Anyway, he was there, and he was like going out, and he was having all this sex with all these people, all these other guys, and everything else. And he was just kind of bed hopping around. And she was telling me about it. I'm like, wow. So he's kind of a player, and that's okay. But my point is though, I hope I'm way off track. I'm so sorry. So we're talking about Anderson Cooper and replacing Kathy Griffin. Well, the thing about that annoys me is that Anderson Cooper and Kathy Griffin were also really good friends, right? Until the whole thing with the Trump head thing came up when she had that photograph taken of her. And he came out against Kathy Griffin, who was his friend, Anderson Cooper did, and publicly saying that he thought it was in poor taste and she should apologize and blah, 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 and unforgivable and stuff like that. And so she's pissed off at him because she's like, she expects her friends to have her back. And he didn't. And now she's off the show. So they're falling out now. And she actually said about Anderson Cooper, hold on a second, where is it? She said on Twitter about Anderson Cooper, she called him, where is it? I'm sorry, I'm looking. Are you still there? Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I can't find it. Sorry. She called him something. It was fucking hilarious, and I cannot find it anymore. But she really called him out because of what he kind of didn't have her back. And so, did you think that what she did was so horrible about the whole Trump thing, or what?
It was definitely taking a risk. I'll say that. I mean, she's entitled to do what she wants to do, but it was a risk. I'll just leave it at that. She was taking a risk. But, I mean, it's free speech at the same time. So, I mean, when you do stuff like that, you have to know that it's going to be a possibility that there's going to be backlash.
Yes, but did it really merit losing a friend over? Had nothing to do with him? And that's really, to my opinion, she's a comedian. She's outlandish, and she's always been like that. And she's a very political. So why would that be anything different than anything else? Because it was the president?
No. I'm saying she's entitled to do what she wants, but when you do something like that, there's going to be some type of backlash. When it's involving any type of politics,
you're not asking my question. You're not answering my
question. There's going to be backlash. Some people.
Oh, Lord. Okay, let's just move on.
What's your question?
My question was, why would Anderson Cooper not be friends with her anymore because of that? Why would that affect him, and why would he be so pissed off? He can disagree with her and still be friends with her. You know what I mean? I have plenty of friends I disagree with shit on all the time, including you. People I don't agree with all the time, but I'm still friends with them. So what the fuck what? why would he not be friends with her anymore? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know. That's something we have to ask, Andy. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think it's because he's a fucking wuss and, didn't want to have any heat on his own back because he's Anderson Cooper, and that's what I think. But anyway, I think if he actually, what the fuck is this talking about? We only have 5 minutes left, by the way. We only have 5 minutes left.
Do we?
Yeah, we have 5 minutes. So, yeah.
That was fucking fast.
Yeah, we have 5 minutes left. So what do we talk about before we go? We got 5 minutes left.
Oh, so while we were on this last week, Equifax had a security breach once again.
Yes.
So then Equifax came out with this thing on how to protect your information. Now, here's my question with Equifax. How the fuck am I going to protect my information if it's already floating out there for the world to take at this point? Like, yeah, I could do, what they call it, a credit alert, but that's not going to stop anything. They already have my information. And then since then, I actually got an email, some spam email that said that it was a fake email that said I owed these people like $2,000, and that was the thing. Now I was like, okay, whatever. But then this fucking email had my social security number, full numbers in this email. So then I was like, okay. So then I just be on the safe side. I called my lawyer, and I put out a credit fraud. I was like, listen, I got an email. And I'm pretty sure they just stole the information from what's floating out there. And I had to call my attorney and be like, listen, I just got this email and it has my social security number and I'm freaking out. And she said, send it to me and I'll work on it, which I did. And she is currently working on it. But I'm thinking to myself, I don't even know how the fuck. I don't know. I don't know if it's for spammers or what, but my social security number was printed on there like plain as day and it freaked me the fuck out.
I'm sorry.
So,
I mean,
but my thing is that they're trying to come with these ideas on like how to protect your information. I'm like, how the fuck is anyone supposed to protect your information if it's already out there? Like, what can you do at this point? There's no going back. Like, what the fuck is Equifax talking about?
Well, one of the great things that is coming out of the Trump administration is that he has overturned one of Obama's rules that makes it impossible almost to sue the credit companies or the credit card companies or the credit reporting companies or the banks. So now, even if you have a class action lawsuit against them, you can't get any money out of it because they're not going to be able to sue because of that. So, good. Thanks, Trump. Yeah, thank you, Trump.
But here's my thing too. It's also like if there's been 2 security breaches with the same, credit bureau, I feel like they should give everyone a clean slate and just start over. If everyone's information is being out there twice, you should just whoever has credit issues, you might just swipe, just give them a clean slate and start everybody off at 850 credit score.
That's not going to happen. So,
because I would love for I would love for my credit score to be 850. It's not 850. It's nowhere close to 850.
Only people who have the only people who have 850 are people who are, really, 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 really rich because it's based on, and you're really, really old. Because you have to have a really long credit history and a really, really perfect credit history for a long time with a great amount of credit to have an 850 score. Otherwise, you're in the 800s or 700s or less. So, yeah.
I think my mom's is like 7 something.
That's good. That's a good credit score. That's a good credit score.
I think it's like 740 something.
That's good.
It's good. It's good.
Good. We have a minute and a half left. Before we go, everybody, be sure to check us out at GAYXYZ.com. Reminder that we're going to be on we're going to be on iHeartRadio in a few days. And we shouldn't have this problem with running out of time because I switched over to the other account to do this show, and that's why we're running out of time today. But next week we'll be back with a full show. And if you have any questions, be sure to text us or email us or tweet us or whatever on Facebook or something, and we're happy to talk to you. And you can find Jason at...
You can find me on Instagram. It's Fire and Ice 17. That's Fire and Ice 17.
Me, you can find at donovanlord.net. You can also find me at offlimitshow.com, and you can also find me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So be sure and find us there. And thanks for listening, and we'll have a better show for you next week. Have a good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night. Stay gay.